the great NCAA basketball analyst Jon Rothstein with the simplest but best of tweets. This is March. We missed last year's tournament due to COVID-19, and as conference tournaments start to begin this week, a potential fairy tale story begins. I'll say it one more time for you at home, and one more time for you, Jon Rothstein. This is March. Some must-watch conferences to come up. The ACC tournament with the not-so-blue bloods this year, UNC, Louisville, and Duke, all unranked. And the number one team in the conference, the always athletic Florida Seminoles, who are led by Leonard Hamilton coaching them. But the SEC is the second tournament I want you to look at. Yeah, it's normally a football conference, but this year they got 4 teams in the top 25. Not one of them is unranked Kentucky, who's won 3 straight, and they're led by freshman B.J. Boston. But the best conference by far, the Big Ten. 4 teams in the top 10, Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois, and Iowa. And they have multiple Player of the Year candidates, including Kofi Cockburn, as well as the big man, Luka Garza. He's lifting weights because the big man's trying to dance. When conference tournaments close, bracket season is finally upon us. Now, before the field is set and the teams descend on Indianapolis, I want to give you 4 teams that could cut the nets down in the first week of April, and all of them really could, but there's 2 in the majors, and that's Gonzaga, the best team all year, 22-0. Yes, some people can make the competition argument where they play out west, but this is by far the best team Mark Few has ever had, and they're led by freshman Corey Kispert and the big man in the middle, Drew Timme. But if the Zags are 1A, Baylor is 1B. They're 18-0, and they're playing in a much stronger Big 12 conference. Baylor was supposed to face off against Gonzaga on December 5th. Unfortunately, that was postponed. We're going to look to have that one in the national title game. And then in the Big 10, the Michigan Wolverines. They're the leaders of the Big 10 right now in the second year behind Juwan Howard, and they're powered by their own big man in the middle, the 7'2" freshman, Hunter Dixon. But being a larger-than-life figure in the Big Ten, it just comes standard. And in Iowa, we mentioned him earlier, Luka Garza leads the Hawkeyes. They have a pivotal game against exactly those Michigan Wolverines this week, and that could set them up as 16-1 favorites in the Big Ten. With the Final Four returning to Indianapolis, basketball returns to one of its many homes. Now, Indiana natives claim basketball as their own, and why wouldn't you? You have the Hoosiers gym, the set 2-point shot. But we take a look at the 4 most memorable moments of basketball in Indiana. And it wouldn't be fair to start without Hoosier Jimmy Chitwood knocking down the 2-point jump shot. The 3-point line hadn't even been invented yet, and he gave Gene Hackman the win for the Hickory Creek High School team. The number 3 moment, why don't you guys just take it away?
Timeouts for Indiana. Jones. Watford for the win! Yes!
What a shot by Christian Watford. I absolutely love Tom Crean's face here as Indiana upsets Kentucky when they were the number 1 seed. And the number 2 moment, it absolutely breaks my heart to talk about this. Reggie Miller, 8 points in 9 seconds in 1995 playoffs. Does anybody see him push Greg Anthony here? Greg Anthony still probably talks about it. Reggie Miller and them would lose in the next round. But the number 1 moment, when it's only 2 words, you know it's got to be a number 1 moment. The shot. Keith Smart wins it for the Indiana Hoosiers in 1987. This is a team that featured Steve Alford and, of course, Isaiah Thomas, but this was the last championship Indiana would win.